Hello, and welcome to the 52nd weekly update, and the first weekly update of 2022. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Hope good things are gonna happen this year. Now, of course, on the very first weekly update, which was on the 2nd of January last year, I did a kind of, I pointed out how I think the idea of New Year's resolutions are kind of stupid, and I still do, because I said, if you're gonna do something good, you shouldn't do it just because it's the new year. You should do it anyway. But I still made one, and that was to do more things artistically during the year that I would still be proud of by the end of the year. And I think I've held to that. I've done a few short films, which I'm still happy with, and obviously I've done a load of stuff with Moid musically. Done a lot of paintings. Done a sculpture, a couple of sculptures, I think, or just one. I can't remember when I did the others, but I think it's just one. But yeah, so I think I've held to that. I suppose again, I'll probably have the same one this year. But yeah, so it's welcome Digby, Happy New Year, buddy. How are you? Hope you're good. So that's that. A couple of other things. I may have caught the old virus, possibly. Because my dad a couple of days ago tested positive for it, and then the morning after I was very, very nearly throwing up. I didn't. I wish I had. That's the really strange thing about when you're sick. You never want to be sick. You're never just sat around one day perfectly healthy thinking, I'd like to be sick right now. But when you feel sick, you really want to be sick, because you just want to it's like, get out of me. But it won't. But I'm better now. I've got a bit of an achy back. And a little bit of a sore throat, but, I'm better than I was, which is the most important thing. So I'm fine. So that's not much have actually happened in the previous week. Obviously Christmas. No, I already talked about Christmas, didn't I? I already talked about it. We didn't do a New Year thing, because obviously there were people over there who had COVID, and now we've all had it. So it'll probably be delayed even further. That's why I haven't done a video talking about, that's why I haven't done a video showing off my Christmas stuff I got for Christmas, because I usually want to do all the presents in one video, and I haven't gotten some of them yet, because we haven't been able to exchange them, because we've all had the virus. So it's been a bit of a, but when I get them, which will happen eventually, then I'll do a video talking about it. And the reason obviously I sometimes do a New Year video where I just record for no reason, and it's like, well, it's already been done twice on this channel, so it'd be kind of waste of time making the exact same video a third time. I'm okay. I'm not great by any means. Well, that's a shame, but I'm not really qualified. But I'd just say, watch something with Rick Mail in it, and that's bound to cheer you up. Works for me every time. Not feeling too particularly happy or not feeling particularly healthy, pop something with Rick Mail on, watch it, and you feel better. He's just the funniest man to have ever lived, funniest human to have ever lived, actually. Funniest being to have ever walked or even existed on the surface of the universe, Rick Mail. So just watch a bunch of stuff with Rick in, and you're gonna feel better. So that's my advice. So that's that. That's previous week. Following week, as I said, not really sure what I'm going to be doing. I don't know. Find out, won't we? We'll find out. What's next? I don't know what to do. It's political commentary next, innit? Right. Studio mode. Display. Transition. There we are. BBC News. So. Oh, that. I mean, what kind of coincidence is that? I've been working since Boxing Day and only had 4 days off since beginning of December. But at least I'm off today and working less next week. All right, good for you. But it's weird. I was just talking about Rick Mail and then Vanessa Redgrave. But I don't know Vanessa Redgrave. What else? What can we expect in politics in 2022? Well, I hope people stop listening. That's what I would hope. I will dive in high heels any day. That's fine. It's strange, it's weird, but it's 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 fine. My son's not a picky eater, he's scared of food. What? Oh, what is this? Come on. Yeah, this is about Betty White. I don't even know who she actually is, but See, I mean, this is the thing, right? If you advertise yourself as Muslim hikers, you're gonna get it, aren't you? Don't. It's like. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. And yeah, they seem to not be able to understand that. Anyway, that's BBC News. Not BBC's website now, YouTube channel. This woman is in prison now, which I think is a good thing. I ain't done much research on that, to be honest, so I'm not gonna really comment because yeah. I miss this this space telescope. Like, I only found out about it after it happened. There was this big build-up, and I didn't even know about it. But it seems cool. Apparently, it's like much more powerful than the Hubble. So we're gonna get some pretty cool pictures from that, which is nice. But that's all I can really say about that. Next is films I've watched. So I've watched a couple of films. One actually, it's the most recent one. I started watching it, but then so I didn't put it on the list because I didn't finish it. But I started watching Time Bandits, but I felt really sick, so I needed to go to bed, so I couldn't finish it. And I only really put films on it if I actually finished them. But anyway, the first film I watched was this is about the third time I've watched it, but I watched Humanity. Ricky Gervais' stand-up. I've already talked about it, so I'm not gonna. I just put it there because I watched it. But I also watched Luca, which is the new Pixar film, and that was actually really good, which surprised me a little bit. Because I'm subscribed to a channel, and they do videos sort of talk about South Park and stuff, which is why I'm subscribed. But they did a video talk about this film. I watched it because I just thought, well, I mean, you know, it looks quite. And I was like, after I watched the video, I thought, well, it doesn't look too bad, so I checked it out. It's a good film. It's a good film, and you should watch it. No more to say. Good film. Because when I know I always go on about modern films being crap, but what I really mean by that is I'm talking from an artistic perspective, right? Now, is this film going to sit alongside A Clockwork Orange on my shelf? No. No, it's not. But it's a fun film. It's a nice film. It's good. I enjoyed it. The end. Albums I've listened to, haven't listened to any. Answering questions. Well, you are actually here, so if you have any questions to ask, you should do that if you want. Oh God. Questions. I really should have told you. I always forget to do that. I meant to say it at the very beginning of the live stream. Ask questions. Disney films just ruin most film franchises. That is true. I don't really get this. Why does everyone go to Disney? Because especially people with good ideas like this. Look, it's a good film. But all people with any ideas, they always go to Disney. Because obviously Disney has the most money. So they can get the most sort of stuff done. I get that. But you're not going to be able to really make the thing. You're not going to have any freedom in what you make if you go to Disney. Now, I get Pixar. I get it. Pixar is... They're like, when it comes to modern animation, they've got the best technology. I mean, just watch this film. The way they render water in this film is so good. It is so good, right? So I get it, and obviously it's a film about the sea, so it makes sense. But just don't go to Disney with your ideas, please. This is my message to everyone with ideas in the world. Everyone who has a story that they want to tell, don't go to Disney. There are other animation studios. Yes, they're not as rich. It won't be as perfect as Pixar, but just don't go there. Don't do that. I get it's tempting because it's Pixar and Pixar are the best, but just hold out, and just don't go to Disney. Go to DreamWorks or something. Even DreamWorks are probably crap as well. I don't know, but I'm talking or even just form your own studio. I'm planning on forming a film studio at some point. It's going to be called 3 Art Films. We're going to do what we want. That's really it. I plan on stealing several people from Disney with that company. Anyway, but yeah, that's that. I'll talk about that later because they'll probably off me if I talk about it too much now. What is your favorite reboot of movie? Now, when you say that, is that anything? Does that have to be a modern? Because I mean, some of the greatest films ever are remakes, like The Fly. The Fly is probably on the top of everyone's list of best remakes. The 1986 Fly. Now, I think it's 1956 or 1950 something. 1950. So, let me Google it. 1958. Now, the 1958, The Fly is also a really good film, but the 1986 one, oh god, 1986, The Fly is such a good film. Also, the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers is also one of the best remakes, but modern reboots, none. There hasn't been a good remake in this century. There have been some good films, and there have been some great films. Very, very few, but they have existed. But reboots are, because back then, because you notice, like, you take The Fly, both Flies, and you compare them to one another. You compare the things to one another. You compare the Invasion of the Body Snatchers to each other, and you notice how different they all are from the originals. They don't try to replicate the originals. They just take the concept, and that is how to do a good remake. You take the concept of the film, but you modernize it, and so you bring it into the current era. And you put different characters into the same situation. That's really a best remake. That's what the best remakes are. You take different characters and put them into the same situation. And I think that's why, because obviously films in the that's why the best remakes are 70s and 80s remakes of 50s films, right? Because in the 50s, acting was really sort of exaggerated and it wasn't very realistic. But by the 70s and 80s, acting had become a lot more natural. And I think acting now, it hasn't really become any more real since the 70s. So remakes now are completely pointless. Remaking a film from the 50s in the 70s was making it feel more real. It was modernizing it. But you can't modernize a film now, really, because things haven't really gotten better. The 70s was better than the 50s, but now is not better than the 70s. Now, I really hope, because David Lynch, I saw him talking about this in an interview, and he says we're sort of going through this sort of he thinks it's like I don't really know, but it's like sort of waves of good and bad, right? We've had the good era, 70s, 80s, early 90s. That was really good. Stuff was good, right? And then late 90s to now, everything's really crap. And now, obviously, with this whole pandemic thing, we've reached the peak. We've reached the peak of crap. So hopefully now, things will start getting good again. Now, I doubt it, but I hope he's right, because things are getting worse. From what I've seen, so hopefully this year is the start of the good peak. We've had the crap peak, now we're hopefully going to have the good peak. As I said, I doubt it, but I hope it's true. Because then maybe we could make a remake and have it be good. Because the only really way you can make a remake of an older film is if the world you're in when you make the remake is a better world than the world you were in when you made the original. So yeah. I asked most of my friends this question. If you had a warning label, what would yours say? Warning. This creature can annoy you a lot. That's what I'm going to say. I'd warn people about how annoying I am. Because I can be annoying. Or I can be annoying. I haven't shown it much on this channel, and that tells you, doesn't it? But you ask my mum, I can be annoying very gladly, and I can be offensive. I've shown a bit of that on the channels, mostly in these weekly updates. I haven't done much offensive stuff outside of them, because YouTube scares me with stuff like that. Because they've blocked videos of mine which I haven't actually done anything wrong in. So, terrified of what they do if I actually do something wrong. Jesus. Anyway. So, I think I'm going to end this now. If you happen to get a question in just before I press the end of live stream button, then you were lucky enough. Okie dokie. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next thing that I do. Goodbye.